If you're on a spiritual or twin flame journey and you have ever been in the midst of an emotional trigger, maybe because of a connection or something that happened, maybe something upsetting has happened, or maybe you're simply trying to manifest love and everyone tells you just heal your triggers, just do the mirror work, just heal your inner child, but you have absolutely no idea what that means or how to do that, that is exactly why I built this tool. If you're new here, my name is Luana and I've done more than 4,000 twin flame and love related readings since 2019. I'm also married to my own twin flame and I have been through this spiritual journey, and this is exactly why I made this tool. Because triggers are one of the most common experiences on this journey, and the way that we respond to our triggers really determines how we're going to feel. And it impacts how we're going to move forward. So this is exactly why I created this trigger recovery roadmap. So just come to the classroom tab here, and it'll probably be at the top when it's released, but for now I have it down here. You can click on it, and then you can click on this link to access the roadmap, and it will bring up this screen right here. So this is a very gentle guided space to work through anything that is coming up for you on this journey, using the energy and the frequency and the methodology of self-love to reparent your own inner child, come back into a harmonious, regulated state, and stay anchored in the union energy so that you can attract the love that you truly deserve. All right, so when you're in here, you're just going to hit continue and enter your name so that it is personalized. And I will say that this is a tool to use if you're already in a somewhat grounded and somewhat regulated space. If you're in the middle of a mental health crisis or you're at the point where you can't carry it alone, I really encourage you to reach out for support, for professional support. But this is really going to be a tool if you're in a stable place, if you're able to do the work and you're not in the middle of a crisis. So you can click begin, and okay, so you have a few tabs here. So you can click on heal a trigger, and this will basically give you a few options for how you want to heal the trigger. The first option that we have is a guided meditation audio. So you can come and check how intense the trigger is. Let's say, okay, it's a really intense trigger, can't really think straight. And then you're going to come to this round of breathing just to first calm the body down. It's going to ask you to inhale, hold, exhale, and you can do a few rounds of this. And when you're ready, you can go to the next step. And now, because you selected that the trigger was very intense, there is a guided meditation, Vipassana meditation. So you can open this and just do the guided meditation. Once you have listened to that, you can journal a little bit. So maybe I would write down, there's a trigger for me coming up around self-worth. I felt very down about myself. I felt like I wasn't feeling confident today, like my self-esteem has taken a hit. And then it's going to ask you, where do you feel it in your body and what does the sensation feel like? And this is such an important part of navigating a trigger, because so often when we experience a trigger, we can get lost in the mind. We get so caught up mentally and our body is dysregulated. And so coming and grounding the body, calming the fear response is a really great way to calm the trigger as the first step before we do the inner child healing and reparenting. So I would say I feel this anxiety in my chest. Maybe my heart is racing. Maybe my shoulders feel very tight and tense. So as I'm journaling this, I'm kind of just paying attention to how it feels. And then you can hit continue. And then there's a beautiful section where you can give compassion to your inner child. So what does your inner child who is experiencing this fear, this trigger, this insecurity, what does she or he need to hear? Maybe it's say, it's okay to feel this way. That I can even say to my inner child, I'm so sorry you feel this way. You don't have to hold this by yourself. And this feeling is not going to last forever. I'm not going anywhere. You can say these to yourself as you're going through this checklist. And anything else you want to say to that part of you. Maybe I'll say to my inner child, I am so proud of you. It's okay to feel insecure sometimes. And maybe me saying that to myself actually brings me a sense of relief. And then I'll hit continue. And if you'd like, you can go back and give yourself more compassion by hitting I'd like to try a new thought, which if I did that, you can just give yourself more affirmations, journal, more things to say to yourself. And then that basically logs your trigger. And you can click work through another trigger, and you can also follow prompts. So if you would rather journal instead of listen to a meditation, you can go through this one. It's kind of just like a checklist that you go through: breathing, journaling what's coming up, giving yourself love and compassion, and then meeting the trigger. All right. So let's go back to the main menu. So that's the heal a trigger. So you can use that whenever you're feeling triggered, whenever you want to be guided through healing a trigger. The learning tab is really beautiful too. You can explore what triggers are, learn a bit of the understanding behind them, some of the energetics of triggers, how triggers are the doorway to union because it helps you heal yourself, it helps you shift your frequency. You can learn about the divine reparenting method in Manifest Your Union. And then there is a frequently asked questions catalog here, and a lot of the common myths or frequently asked questions, you can just read through that. Go back to the main map. Common triggers guide. So this is going to be common scenarios for the twin flame or spiritual journey. If you have any questions about triggers, there's a whole library here that really helps you understand a situation and give yourself a compassionate reframe around it, and it kind of helps you get out of that mental spiral. Because when we're triggered, we can think the worst things, but oftentimes those worst case scenarios and fears aren't true. So you can come here to help yourself kind of reset. Like, let's see, a really common one is you're going quiet or no contact. A compassionate reframe is their distance is about their own fear or readiness, not a measurement of your worth. And something that you could say to your inner child is, it is okay that they went quiet. I am still here for you, and you are still worthy of love no matter what is happening in the physical world, okay? So whenever you have a tricky situation coming up, this library of triggers can help anchor you in a sense of peace and security and emotional safety. We have a breathing section here, so you can just do some guided deep breathing for as long as you need. I really love this and the animation that you can visually follow. And then you have your journal here, okay? So as long as you open this trigger recovery roadmap on the same device, using the same browser, your answers should save as cookies here. So you'll have your journal. If you're ever gonna switch devices or you just wanna save your journaling and keep track of it, you can hit download my journal. This will save it as a text file that you can export. Okay, and so that is the roadmap. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care and enjoy this resource.